Hello and welcome to Acapella Adventures, making tiny bites of solo actual play using this half to test the ideas of the Meroch universe and the Ormegarten Module, a fantasy setting built with a 3D10 system. Episode 093. Our characters are Igor Steinmann, a Russo-German themed Dwarven character, a Bodyguard sort of mercenary, Mac Wolfsbane under the competent combination of spirit, mystic, and tech. He's an experimentalist technomage, perhaps. Oh, I should own. He has a magical dagger that occasionally talks to him. And magic, maybe. More appropriate than magic. But we also have Wyesley, who is an assassin smuggler, sower of chaos. There's been so much chaos lately. He probably needs to chunk that up a bit. With his mimic sword buddy, Stephen the Adventurer. They've allied themselves with many protecting the keep, including Gertrude as the contact for the adventurers. They eventually want to kick out the 5 cults, but it's time for them to see about the dungeon. I'll have to eventually get my books out of storage so that I can explain what this is based on. There's some interesting resources I found. So we're going to do, this is the, so they had a bit of a side quest, successfully solved it. I'm not sure how many random encounters I'm going to have. I'm going to have one, all right? They are headed out of town. They do spot somebody using binoculars. They think it's a blue merchant guy, keeping an eye on them as they leave after they leave the town area. So you basically have keep, squares to keep, you got like property out here, blue merchants over here, next to lizardmen. That's technically where the Honey Glade is, somewhere over here, sort of. And then mountains that way. So what are they doing? Well, they're definitely taking a path that was scouted out by a previous ranger buddy. But they definitely like spot somebody, probably on a riding a horse, checking them out. I figure it's one of the blue merchant's guards. They're not gonna mess with them. Yeah, they're not. No big deal. But they're aware that they're aware that they're aware. I know that you know that they know that I know that you know. That whole mess. So let's make it interesting. They camp for the night. Does anything happen overnight? No. So, peaceful, they set guards. They've got allies. So, next day, set out. They're pretty sure nobody's following them at this point. Encounter. You know, it's with the cult. One, two, three, 4, 5. They spot somebody who is wearing a tabard that has black chainmail patterns on it from being charred. Somebody from the Black and Chain is checking them out. What's going on? Who knows? I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think that the Black and Chain guy really wants to encounter them or deal with them. but that's okay. Oh no, I need a. Which Ormegarten module is this? Okay, that is the correct one. I've got a lot of information written down about this. Yeah. All right, so what's happening? They're climbing up, they're taking switchbacks, heading up towards this large mountain area. It's a tough upward climb. It's not a climb, it's a walk, definitely. They've been traversing this enough. They're outside of town. So tomorrow they will probably be able to hit the edge of the thing and camp for the night close to Ormegarten. We'll go ahead and have a time pass. Check to see if anything interesting happens. No. Successful trip. At night there's a problem, and it is, I don't think it's a cult. I think they hear mud whale pods moving around the night. They're not attacking, but they definitely hear like enough noise to know that it's a little nervous. If you don't know what mud whales are, I don't really know either, but they're in one of the D&D books. And they come from Lankamar. So they're in there. If you get a chance, check it out. So that's where we're at. They hear some mud whales nearby. Nothing goes on with them. And that's pretty much it. So at this point, we will stop there. They are camped in, just to look this up, there's a natural rock chimney. Water's carved out a spot. And there's occasionally water will come in there, not a whole bunch, you can camp out of the way of it. But there is basically enough rock around. Entrance, bunch of rock around, up a cliff face. So theoretically somebody could rappel down to your camp, but you've got like 90% walls and only need to defend a place where 2 people could probably defend. It's pretty safe. They put a campfire in there, it's still gonna be shielded, but they can be relatively warm, not too much wind. It's not annoying or anything like that. So that's what they're doing. That's where they're camping in a natural chimney. Talk to you later. Have fun. Bye-bye.